Hello everyone, I'm Brandon with Lenovo and I'm here today with the ThinkStation E32 Tower Workstation. Today we are going to be replacing the microprocessor and heatsink fan assembly. This process will take about 25 minutes and you may want to have a little experience working with computers before attempting this. The only tool required will be a Phillips screwdriver. Before we continue, we need to make sure that we are protected against electrostatic discharge or ESD. Make sure to shut down the computer and disconnect all cables and accessories from the system. For further information, watch our Understanding Electrostatic Discharge video by clicking the link in the description. And now that we're ready, let's get started. Before removing the computer cover, we must first remove 2 thumb screws. Then we're going to press the release button, slide the cover towards the rear of the system, and remove it. In order to remove the heatsink fan assembly, we must first disconnect the cable from the system board. Then we're going to loosen 4 capture screws in a cross pattern. Once those are loosened, we can lift the heatsink fan assembly up and off of the socket. Now we're going to press down and outward on the lever and open the processor door. Then we're going to reach in, grasp the processor by the edges, and lift it up and out of the socket. Here we have our replacement processor. When replacing the processor, it is important that the marking in the corner of the processor lines up with the marking on the system board. Once you have those 2 lined up, you can place the processor into the socket, close the CPU door, and press down and inward on the lever to secure it. If you're not replacing the heatsink, then you need to clean the excess thermal compound off of it. To do this, I have some isopropyl alcohol swabs. Just gonna hold the heatsink and gently in a circular motion, wipe the excess thermal compound off of it. Allow the excess alcohol a few minutes to evaporate. Now we're going to apply the thermal compound. You just want to put about a pea-sized dab directly in the middle of the processor. If you've received a replacement heatsink fan assembly, the thermal compound will come pre-applied and you can skip this step. Now we're going to place the heatsink fan assembly onto the socket using the screw holes for alignment. Then we're going to tighten 4 capture screws in a cross pattern. Tighten the first screw halfway. Tighten the second screw all the way. Then go back and tighten the first screw all the way. Tighten the third screw halfway. Tighten the fourth screw all the way. Then go back and tighten the third screw all the way. We tighten the screws this way to assure the thermal compound spreads evenly. Now we're going to connect the fan cable to the system board. When replacing the cover, it is important that the tabs on the inside of the cover line up with the holes in the chassis. Then once you have those lined up, you just slide the cover towards the front of the system. Now we're going to replace 2 thumb screws.